Don't treat me bad. Hey, I'm cranking my my hair guitar station here, and they're right now they're playing Firehouse. Don't treat me bad as I get ready to start this song. Just ended in video. Just a great song that my son Seamus and I actually saw them. I think can't remember it was 06, 07. Who can remember now? One year at Rocklahoma, we saw them out there. They're pretty awesome. Sound wise, whether you like their material or not, as far as just sound goes, I mean, they were probably the best band out there. Meaning that they sounded just like they do. I mean, a lot of bands you see them live and they don't even get close. Firehouse was on point, man. They did everything right. Oh, hey, now we're going to Kiss, man. So I don't shout it out loud. I don't own any rights. I hope nobody flags me. I don't want to irritate the folks that be at YouTube. I just love listening to music because it makes me feel like I'm in a pub, man. So I got something here I just want to show you. I did a video for the Jim Beam Riot a while back. I'm near the end of my bottle. That's not what I'm here for. I want to show you this glass, man. So this glass my daughter found for me. I think it was part of a lot that she got in an auction. And she probably would have got a little money out of it if she tried to resell it, but she gave it to her old pop. I've actually had it for a while, probably at least a year or so, maybe longer than that. But I've never taken it out of the box. Today I decided I was going to use it. I'm not a collector. I don't like to just hang on to things and not use them. So here we go. Here's my little barrel glass because I wanted to put the right product in there. I don't have it. I have Jim Beam rye, so it's maybe meant for the bourbon. Who knows? But I'm having some rye in there, man. At least it says Jim Beam. And show you the box. You have a better angle on that glass, or on that box rather than you see the glass. There. This is a nice rye. They call it a pre-prohibition style rye. Goodness. 86 proof, I believe it is. Gosh, I can't read it. Well, my bottle got scratched. I can't tell now. Biscuits. I don't have enough light in here to tell. Anyways, who the fuck cares, right? We don't give a rat's ass top. Just drink it. No, wait a minute. I think it was 92 proof, if I remember right now. Anyways, either way, I'm going to drink it. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. It's smooth. It's a little sweet up front, giving way to that beautiful rice spice. I just purchased the Redemption high rye bourbon. It says pre-prohibition style. Everything's pre-prohibition style these days. Even beer. I would love to see some of these classic brands, though, go back to the beer that they used to make, to be honest with you. In most cases, these recipes are long gone, and in most cases, they're just guessing. But boy, I'd love to see them do it how it used to be. Now, doing some research on my own, I learned that American beers using corn wasn't necessarily unusual, even pre-prohibition, because corn was plentiful, especially in the Midwest, especially Midwest breweries that did it. But it wasn't done the way it's done now, and that's the difference. That's the point. A lot of folks say, "Well, use corn then." Not the way it's used now, and they used a higher grade of corn than they use now. They didn't use as much corn. It was done to get a certain flavor with the barley, and not to make the beer cheaper necessarily. And they weren't using brewing enzymes back then. So there are some crucial differences. Black and Blue, hold on to 18. Not my favorite Black and Blue tune, but I think they were kind of an unsung band from the hair era. I liked them a lot. I once saw them open for Aerosmith in 1984 at the Greek Theater of all places. Yeah, it was the Back in the Saddle tour for Aerosmith back in '84. And they were the opening act. Excuse me while I scratch my nose. I apologize. I hate when I do that, but sometimes I just can't help it. I think if I had to pick one, I think my favorite Black and Blue tune would be Miss Mystery. Really love that tune. Kind of a power ballad kind of thing. I don't know if ballad would be the right word. Power pop tune, probably. Chug-a-boom. I do like this glass. It's very neat, isn't it? I don't typically drink out of a shot glass because I don't do shots. I usually pour it to a neat glass or use some rocks, but I'll just drink right out of this. You can't get the aromas nicely out of it still. I do like a little barrel glass. I know it's mostly a novelty item, but it's nice. I like it. I have a boot glass. The boot glasses really are a novelty item. Yeah, I've always wanted to use this one, and I hadn't got around to it. So, well, as long as I still have a little bit of my Jim Beam product, I'll go ahead and get to it. I get kind of a honey-like sweetness early on. Certainly feel a little vanilla. Charred white oak certainly is apparent there, but the difference between this rye and Jim Beam bourbon is obviously you get a lot of rye. I mean, you certainly feel that lingering rye spiciness. I did notice with that Redemption pre-Prohibition high rye bourbon, it's 36% rye. To be bourbon, it only has to be 51%, but most use about 80, some even upwards of 80% corn. So your rye, even as a secondary grain, is much less. And this one, it's 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% barley on that Redemption. And you really feel those lingering rye notes. Even though this isn't bourbon, it's rye, I'm finding similarities. I may have to do a shot side by side just to see, man. See, sometimes curiosity gets the best of me. So there you go. Hey, I am. Who are you, man? I am. Who the hell are you? And who the hell cares? More important. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer tonight. Prolific whiskey drinker. Whiskey evangelist. Purveyor of wisdom. An all-around good guy. Cheers, y'all.